Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 Weekends. I'm Rachel Eiler. We'll get to all that news and more in just a bit, but first we have an update on a shooting that occurred last week in Goodman. According to the Marinette Sheriff's Department, the victim was Richard Gibbs, 62 of Milwaukee. Gibbs suffered a gunshot wound and was pronounced dead at the scene. John Lipsky, also 62 of Milwaukee, who was responsible for the murder of Gibbs, fled from the home, leading to a police chase. The suspect ultimately pointed a gun at officers, which resulted in his death by law enforcement. Now, no information has been released in regards to Lipsky's motive. However, we do know the two men did know each other prior to the murder. This investigation is still ongoing. All right, Andrew, not as chilly as it's been for the last few days.
You got it, Rachel. We're going to see a warm up actually in a little while here. Even today, check it out. In Eagle River, we're not seeing any snow on the ground anymore, as most of that has melted away today, with temperatures reaching 50 degrees in the North Woods, some upper 40s in there as well, some mid 50s, almost 60 to areas further south. And we'll see a warm up coming up in the next few days here as well. But before we get there, we're going to see a couple snow showers into tomorrow morning. Not a lot going on today, though we'll see a little bit of lake effect snow tomorrow for some of our northern counties, and then we'll clear up and be dry from there. Looking ahead though, we are going to see warmer temperatures into the upcoming week, though for now we're going to dip into the 20s tonight. Around this time of year we'd be in the about 30 degrees, so a little below average, and we'll continue to see a warm up come up from there. Back to you, Rachel.
Well, since the pandemic, more families have adopted pets due to the extra time on their hands. However, as people began to return to work, they're also returning them. Fetch and Foster Rescue Inc., who advocates for shelter dogs, helps them through recovery from abusive situations. They've seen an increase in returns. Just this past week, they received 2 more dogs from families who no longer had time for them.
Definitely a dog's life, a cat's life, any animal that you have is worth just as much as anybody else's. They are going to give you everything that they have, all the love that they have, and why shouldn't you be doing the same in return?
They came to Northwoods Pets to educate the community of the importance of animal adoption. Chowinski urges adopters to understand just how much they impact a pet's life. Now, many question how Halloween would work this year, or would even work at all. Well, a local club made sure that the community enjoyed their Halloween on Saturday today with plenty of goodies. Newswatch 12 Sierra Whaley has the spooky details.
Happy Halloween from Eagle River. I am at the Historical Society Depot Museum, where the Eagle River Lions Club is hosting a trick-or-treat drive-through. They have over 300 bags of candy just to make sure that they fill your sweet tooth.
Happy Halloween!
A phrase we didn't know would be shared with as much joy this year. Eagle River Lions Club hosts a trick-or-treating event every year for the community and made sure this year
Happy Halloween!
They'd bring some fun yet spooky vibes for the kids.
So many things are being canceled this year, and the kids are really going to feel it. So we thought we had the candy ordered, and let's just still go ahead and do something
Sweet and safe for the community. However, Silber says it's not just about the candy. It's about bringing a bit of normalcy back.
They just need to feel like it's Halloween, and it's something that they always do. They have a blast on Halloween, so let's still give them something to have fun about.
A Lions Club tradition that occurred for a while now.
We've been doing it for 70 years.
Now has new meaning.
If we can do this for them and they feel good, some of them are dressing up in costumes, and we took precaution when we were setting up. When we bagged the candy, we had masks and gloves on and keeping our distance.
And while there's been a lot of tricks this year, they wanted to make sure to bring to the community a very special treat and to ensure there will be more fun next year. In Eagle River, Sierra Whaley, Newswatch 12.
Well, the Forest County Humane Society held its first ever annual pet parade today in Crandon. Newswatch 12's Rachel Perry attended the parade and joins us now live in studio with some details. Rachel.
Halloween is here, and while humans are dressing up to celebrate, four-legged friends might be stealing the show. Right, Earl? Butterflies, bumblebees, police officers, and more attended their paws down the street displaying their Halloween costumes. The parade began at the Happy Tales resale shop, where all store profits go to the shelter. Happy Tales hosted the event in hopes to get the community involved and do something a little different.
It makes people more aware of the, Humane Society and that we're here and, we're trying to help.
Most of the animals are adopted, including Beth's dog Maggie. The pair matched in their hippie attire, most of which was found at the resale shop. While an unexpected 22 dogs showed up to compete in the costume contest, only one furry friend could take the cake.
Number 9, I should have got that. Number 9 was Muggsy.
Earl and I would have to agree that Muggsy came to win and took no prisoners. Back to you, Rachel.
All right, well, thank you, Rachel and Earl. And now it's 3 days until election, and some voters are rushing to get in their last-minute absentee ballots. But what happens to a ballot if the voter passes away before Election Day? I'll have that info coming up after the break. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
And how you can protest.
Let's turn off the noise and look at the facts about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's government-run health care plan. Their plan could lead to hospitals being closed, put Medicare coverage at risk, and give benefits to illegal immigrants. Their plan is just too dangerous for seniors like us. No amount of noise will change that. Learn more at seniorsbeware.com.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Here's an anonymous note. Rest in peace to all the famous people we know about who died from drug and alcohol abuse. Who's next? You? A family member? You can stop this kind of death in its tracks. Call the Drug and Alcohol Detox and Treatment Helpline now for help. If you have insurance, we can put you or a loved one in a program to eliminate the drugs and alcohol in 7 to 30 days. Change your life now. Rest in peace. Every singer or movie star who died from drug or alcohol abuse. An overdose or death from alcohol does not have to be in your life today. Learn how to eliminate drugs and alcohol from your life. Call the Drug and Alcohol Detox and Treatment Helpline now for a free chat with an experienced counselor.
Call 866-899-3865. That's 866-899-3865.
Patrick Teston serves and protects the special interests in Madison. After taking thousands from insurance companies, Teston protected their profits, blocking protections for people with pre-existing conditions and voting to charge them more. But Paul Petruski will serve and protect us like he always has. Paul will work to get healthcare and drug costs under control, and he'll pass a law to guarantee coverage for pre-existing conditions. Paul Petruski, standing up for us.
We have cool air making its way over our area tonight into tomorrow. This will be shortly followed by warmer air on its way. Most precipitation was holding off to the north, keeping us dry into the evening tonight, and that will change up pretty soon here as we see snowfall into tomorrow morning. Though for now we're seeing temperatures hover in the 40s in our area, some upper 30s towards the UP border, ultimately hanging on for nice weather right now, and that's going to be the case for much of the Midwest right now, hanging out into the mid 30s right now, though we'll be dipping into this evening, getting into the lower 20s. Though we're going to check this out here. Into Sunday, we'll see cool temperatures in our area. We'll be in the 20s, and then into Monday, we'll start to see a warm up into the week. So by Tuesday, we're getting some warmer temperatures. We'll see the 50s into the upcoming week. So this will be a nice break from the lower than average temperatures that we've been seeing. We'll start to actually do the reverse and get above average now. So it'll feel pretty nice out there. So check this out. We're going to see into Tuesday, really that warm up picking up. Our average for this time of year is 47 degrees, so we'll exceed that by Tuesday, and we'll stay consistent throughout the week, having temperatures hover into the mid 50s. So we just have one more day to hold on to through Sunday. Let's get through that, and then we'll have some nicer weather on its way. And before we get there, also, we'll see a couple snow flurries through our area creeping into tomorrow morning as well. A lot of this will be due to lake effect snow that'll be covering covering most of our northern counties. So we'll be looking at Iron, Vilas, and Forest counties receiving the most likely chance of any snowfall, a little bit into Oneida County, though ultimately not a whole lot of snowfall coming from that lake effect snow. Though we'll see maybe an inch, 2 inches in Vilas County. Overall, we're not talking about a whole lot of snowfall here. So we can see a little over an inch, mainly in Vilas County is when the bulk of the snow is going to drop. Then this will be into early tomorrow morning. And this will be due to a change in our wind pattern. Right now we're seeing gusts coming out of the west, some areas getting up to 35 miles per hour winds. The wind gusts will continue into tomorrow, and we'll actually see them come through the northwest. This will set us up for the best opportunity to see that lake effect snow tomorrow morning. And then we'll have the wind pattern shift back out of the southwest. So a lot of our area is going to be looking like this, pretty clear, seeing grass on the ground. And here's a look outside of seeing Lake Michigan here, seeing some white caps come off of the waterfront. The Lake Michigan shoreline is where most of the strong winds are going to be coming from. So any advisories will be more towards that shoreline and not affecting us here. We'll see gusts get up to 30-40 miles per hour. Ultimately, not a whole lot there. So we're going to be seeing persistent winds staying between 5 to 15 miles per hour tonight, and we'll watch out for that chance of rain and snow to come on through. Most of this will be, though, into tomorrow morning, where we'll see lake effect snow early in the morning for many of our northern counties, really along that UP border. Not a lot of snowfall happening here, and we'll hang out with temperatures in the upper 20s. Looking at your Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast, we'll see an increase in our temperatures into the beginning of next week, getting into the 50s, and that'll carry through into the rest of next weekend. Back to you, Rachel.
Well, a 20-year-old cancer patient in West Bend, Wisconsin was so excited to cast her first presidential election ballot. Well, now her vote will not count because she actually died before the election. Amber Fluffett lost her decade-long fight with bone cancer last month. She already returned her ballot, but Wisconsin election law requires it to be canceled. Now, Amber is one of dozens in Wisconsin who died after early voting. States are divided over what to do about voters like her. Some allow the ballots to be counted, some don't, and the policy is unclear in others. Now, this year, a record number of Americans have voted early, by mail, and in person. There are also a record number of deaths because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Amber's mom says her daughter wanted to make a difference with her vote, and she's sad to find out it won't happen. And now, with Election Day so close, 3 days again away, the campaigns are in a full-on sprint to shore up support and turnout in the key battleground states. This year, unlike any other, has seen tens of millions of people cast their vote early as concerns about COVID-19 upend a traditional presidential election year. NBC's Chris Pallone has the latest.
Joe Biden! In Michigan, a reunion, socially distanced of course, as former President Barack Obama joined his vice president Joe Biden on the campaign trail for the first time this election season. Obama has been Biden's attack dog against President Trump this week, and the former president didn't let up Saturday.
Tweeting at the TV doesn't fix things. Making stuff up doesn't make people's lives better. You've got to have a plan. You've got to put in the work.
As the U.S. again set a new one-day record for COVID-19 infections and saw another 1,000 deaths, Biden's closing strategy is centered on the president's handling of the pandemic and Trump's recent criticism of frontline doctors.
He suggested falsely that they're inflating the number of COVID deaths to make more money. What in the hell is wrong with this man?
But the president and his surrogates are touting Trump's record on coronavirus. Vice President Mike Pence in North Carolina pointing to the administration's move to limit travel from China in the pandemic's early days.
Now, Joe Biden said at the time that was xenophobic, essentially said it was racist.
The president himself making 4 stops in pivotal Pennsylvania Saturday and hosting 14 rallies in 7 states in the campaign's final days. He promises a red wave in the election, which is not being captured in current polls. But Trump is also sowing doubt on the election's integrity because of the time it will take some states to count the unprecedented number of mail-in ballots.
And you're going to have bedlam in our country, and you're going to have this period of 9 days or 7 days or whatever it is, And many bad things. Ballots are going to be, oh, we just found 10,000 ballots. Oh, that's good. We just found another 10,000.
Businesses in some cities are boarding up before Tuesday in case the president's prediction of bedlam comes true. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
And we'll have your full election coverage on November 3rd. Now, some local schools had the chance to put a new trophy in their display cases. Isn't that right, Andrew?
Yes, Rachel. By my count, we had 8 area schools competing in sectional or state playoffs today. We'll tell you how our local cross-country, volleyball, and soccer athletes did right after this break. Stay tuned.
There was no other reason for me to be in that bar meeting Joe Biden than to discuss what I was doing with his family's name and the Chinese.
The former vice president has said he had no knowledge whatsoever of his son's business dealings and was not involved in them at all.
Yeah, that's a blatant lie. When he states that, that is a blatant lie. They knew exactly what they were doing. They were dealing with a Chinese-owned, enterprise.
America First Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Different ideas for shopping this year? Both your wishes can come true when you buy the diamond of her dreams from Wickersham Jewelry during their Diamonds and Deer event, November 2nd through the 7th. She gets the diamond she's always wanted. And you get free hunting gear from one of your favorite outdoor stores. Bullseye Sports Shop, Charlie's Hardware, or Mills Trading Post. Take advantage of 36 months interest-free financing during the event. Wickersham Jewelry, where everyone's dreams come true.
I'm Brian Rood. I've been a Republican all my life, but this year I'm voting for Ron Kind for Congress.
I'm a lifelong Republican too. I'm supporting Ron because together we've worked hard to bring broadband to our communities.
Whether you're a Republican or Democrat, know that Ron brings people together to solve problems.
He's always been there for us. Whether it's Republican or Democrat, Ron has represented us here in Wisconsin.
That's real leadership, the kind of leadership we need today.
I'm Ron Kind, and I approve this message.
To fix the economy, we have to get control over the virus. We need increased federal support for testing, doubling the number of drive-through testing sites. It's a simple measure. Everyone needs to wear a mask in public. We need real plans, real guidelines with uniform nationwide standards. It's a simple proposition, folks. We're all in this together. We got to fight this together. We'll emerge from this stronger because we did it together. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Sports Watch 12 with Andrew Goldstein.
You know, in 2020, we asked a lot of questions about what a fall sports season would look like. Well, we finally got some answers, at least as to who would be crowned state champions of cross country. The Tomahawk girls team had a chance to run for the top spot. They competed in the Division II race in Colby this afternoon. A really tight race for the Hatchets. Rachel Riley was the top runner for the team. She finished in 20 minutes and 30 seconds. As a whole, the Hatchets finished in 8th place out of 12, which is better than their 9th place finish a year ago. The Hatchets were also represented by Noah Buckwalter on the boys' individual side. Buckwalter crossed the finish line in 17 minutes and 45 seconds. Although there were no gold medals, the Hatchets felt good about their performance.
I think we did pretty good, considering the circumstances, and we all just laid everything that we had out on the course today.
In Division I, elsewhere in Wisconsin, Medford's Joe Sullivan took 33rd, and Three Lakes' Callie Volk went home at 25th place in Division III. Congrats to all. Now, if you flip the state record book back to the mid-'80s, you'll find the last time Three Lakes made the volleyball state tournament, and you won't find Prentice's name anywhere in that book. One of these teams is going to remember tonight for the rest of their lives. Prentice led by as many as 10 points in the first set, but Three Lakes would narrow it to 22-20. Adia George, clinical in the back row. But the Bucks would get it to 24-21. Amelia Detmering had the set of her life. She was racking up the kills in that first frame, and she just bloops it to the floor here. Bucks take set 1. But Three Lakes would even it in the second. Jays up 24-22. Kara Sawinski setting up the Greek god of lightning, Mary Zeus. Back and forth we go. This one would go all the way to a 5th set. I was back in the studio by this time, just in time to catch this Olivia Burkhoff smash for the Buccaneers. Prentice headed to state for the first time in their history. A hearty congratulations to them and to Three Lakes on a phenomenal season. Out in the Eau Claire area, Merrill playing River Falls in D1. The Jays had a lead in the first set. This is a one-on-one block by Faith Sellinger. The Jays would drop the first frame, though. But River Falls, oh boy, would they dominate the second set. They led by only 9-7, and then get this, they won 16 points in a row to close the set. Maddie Dury off the slide attack here, putting the Jays down 2-0. And here is your final point. Haley Gretz, straight down the line to give River Falls the win. Merrill started the season 5-7. They reeled off 5 straight to bring them to the brink of state. Great run for Merrill. Couldn't quite finish it, though. Now, Mosinee and Leona Wabeno also fell a little bit short today. Mosinee did so for the second straight year in the sectional finals. They fell against St. Croix Falls. And the Rebels met the same fate as their Northern Lakes Conference rivals, Three Lakes. 25-11, 25-13, and 25-16 is the final there. Now, last night, the Medford Raiders football team lost their first game of the season to the Rice Lake Warriors. Now the Raiders have a chance to get revenge on a bigger stage. Raiders and Warriors meeting on the soccer pitch. Winner goes to state. You know the drill. Slugfest in this game. Nearing the end of the second half, Warriors with a shot outside the box. Brady Huff gobbles it up. We're scoreless. We go to PKs, penalty kicks. In the extra period, Ty Baker for the Raiders buries his shot. Medford and Rice Lake going blow for blow. Then finally, it's 5-5, and Kale Klusendorf sends the Raiders to state with this beautifully placed kick. The WIAA records say it's their first trip to the big dance. Shout out to the Raiders. Outside the viewing area, Wausau West met Hudson in a battle of 1 seeds. The best team in the Wisconsin Valley Conference bowed out 1-0. Wow, busy local sports calendar. That's it for this one. We'll have more news after the break.
Betty and Debbie both need to trim their dog's nails, but Betty's dog hates having his nails trimmed, so she struggles every time. And her regular clippers pinch and cut to the quick. But Debbie's dog doesn't mind it at all because she's found a simple and pain-free solution. Introducing Paw Perfect, the new safe, quick, and easy way to keep your dog's nails trimmed perfectly. Paw Perfect uses a rotary filing action, just like the pros do, to gently file the nail to a perfectly smooth finish. Plus, our 3 safety guides are each sized to prevent you from ever grinding the nail down too far, giving you precise, pain-free trimming right at home. That's why now Betty does what Debbie does and trims her pet's nails the safe, quick, and pain-free way with Paw Perfect.
As a veterinarian, I can tell you most people do not know how to cut their pet's nails. With Paw Perfect, it's not only easier, but it's much safer for the pet.
The rubberized grip makes it easy to control. There's even a built-in light for mistake-proof grooming. With Paw Perfect, there's no more rough nails scratching your floors, no more scratches on you, and your pet is happier too.
As a professional groomer, my clients rely on me to trim their pet's nails perfectly. That's why I use Paw Perfect. It's quick, it's safe, it's easy, and you can use it right at home.
Paw Perfect replaces old-fashioned, painful clippers like these and makes nail grooming safe and easy for just $19.99. That's less than 1 trip to the groomer. Plus, we'll even give you free shipping and a lifetime guarantee. Order right now and you can get a second Paw Perfect. Just pay a separate fee. Yes, you get it all for this special low price of just $19.99.
To get your Paw Perfect, call 1-800-671-5738. That's 1-800-671-5738 or visit us online at trypawperfect.com. That's 1-800-671-5738 or visit us online at trypawperfect.com. Call or log on now.
Well, the pandemic has created a new industry, and that's, of course, mask making. But one man had already been doing that for decades, just not the kind we've gotten used to. Reporter Katie Eastman shows us how a Hollywood makeup artist has adapted to the times.
This is a severed arm from a theater production of The Toxic Avenger.
Finding pleasure in people's pain is an art form.
in this Aurora basement.
See, I've got a severed leg somewhere too.
A talent that Todd Debrasini has mastered.
This is human hair.
And shows off with his goal every Halloween.
To make at least one kid cry and or wet his pants.
As a Hollywood makeup and prosthetics designer, his masks do the trick.
Well, from a distance, it's pretty hard to tell that it's not real.
But the ones he's making now,
where are you, elusive tool? There you are.
They serve a purpose beyond the tears of children.
Yeah, see, it's got an N95 filter in the back. If you're going to have to wear a mask out in public, why not make it something that's going to be entertaining?
A purpose he knows is needed because of the pain he's felt.
So yeah, I am someone that you would consider to be high risk because I'm over 65. I have cancer and a blood disease, but I feel great.
Todd says he can't not work. And now that work on movie sets is slow, the grocery store audience will have to do.
And this woman came up to me and she said, I was about to tell you you should be wearing a mask when she realized I was wearing one.
He gets laughs now instead of screams.
This one's got the most room in it.
But even 2020 can't get in the way of the thing that brings Todd joy.
Paul Petrowski should have known better. That's why local law enforcement groups have officially denounced Paul Petrowski's campaign for state senate, calling Petrowski irresponsible. Paul Petrowski threw our brave men and women of law enforcement under the bus to cozy up with extremists, siding with the radicals who want to defund the police, encouraging the violent protests and mobs that destroyed Wisconsin businesses and homes. Irresponsible, denounced. Paul Petrowski can't be trusted.
It was surprising to find out that we had less work once we got WPS and Medicare than we had before.
They went to the doctor. Oh, here's a WPS card. Oh, don't worry about it, we're covered.
Was that going to be covered? Is this going to be covered? I never had that problem with WPS. It was just great.
With WPS, we have no headaches. It's all taken care of.
WPS Medicare Supplement Insurance. Because we care. Call us at 1-800-221-7089.
Hello. Oh. I wish to inquire about your free phone deal. Is there anything hidden I should be aware of?
No, sir.
No hidden plan requirements?
You choose your plan.
No hidden phone trade-ins?
Keep your phone.
No hidden activation fees or other trickery where video recorded evidence would be beneficial?
None.
Interesting.
Lovely scarf.
What camera?
Get the latest phones free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular. Upgrade to Fair.
Hi, I'm Andy from 2020 Vision. When I want the forecast for Schofield, I go to WJFW.com and check my hometown weather.
Your hometown weather, available 24/7 at WJFW.com.
Welcome to Land O'Lakes, Serenity at the top of Wisconsin.
Stay with us at the Gateway Lodge in Land O'Lakes. Relax in our indoor pool, delicious dinners, and the coziest lounge in town. Come back to tradition at the historical Gateway Lodge.
Why choose People's State Bank?
I'm not used to response from a bank the way that I got from People's. I like to know who I'm working with. I like to have that relationship. To have somebody there with you, it's reassuring. Without the involvement in People's State Bank, I don't know where we would be, but we sure wouldn't be where we're at.
Make People's your choice. Voted Best Bank and Best Mortgage Company in Marathon County. Stop by a location today or visit us online at bankpeoples.com.
All right, we have a warm-up on the way.
Make sure you turn your clocks back tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.